What is going on, guys? My name is Chaotic and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I have some very interesting and exciting news and information to share with you guys, because as it turns out, we may in fact just be around the corner from a brand new Grand Theft Auto game. Now for those of you who are familiar with the Grand Theft Auto series, the name Leslie Benzies should ring a bell. And that's because Leslie Benzies is the former president of Rockstar Games, up until around about a year ago. And Leslie is basically the main person behind the Grand Theft Auto series itself. He began work on GTA 3 and took it to a whole new level and basically made it what it is today. Now of course he didn't single-handedly do everything himself, but without him it wouldn't be what it is now. But for one reason or another, he is no longer the president of Rockstar Games, nor does he even work for the company anymore. He was allegedly forced out of the company by the original founders, Sam and Dan Houser. Now the main reason behind this is unknown, but there are certainly many claims and allegations being thrown around, and right now there is in fact a lawsuit going on because Leslie Benzies is suing Rockstar Games for $150 million in unpaid royalties. Now the lawsuit itself began almost a year ago, back in April of 2016 in fact, and I've already talked about this in the past alongside pretty much everyone on the internet at the time, so I'm sure most of you guys have already heard about this story in the past. But since the legal case began early last year, it appears that Leslie Benzies has also been very busy on other things aside from the legal case itself. And very recently it was unearthed that Leslie Benzies has actually filed for 5 new companies. These being Royal Circus Games, Royal Circus Technologies, Royal Circus Limited, Everywhere Game Limited, and VR Texture Limited. So straight away, by the looks of things, Leslie Benzies over the past few months has set up several new gaming companies. And it also appears that Royal Circus Games is the main company out of all of these. So my guess being this will be the main game developing studio where they'll be working on some new games. So it's pretty awesome to think the main guy behind the Grand Theft Auto series, going all the way back to GTA 3, which was released in 2001, has now started his very own video game company, especially after being forced out of Rockstar North after working there for almost 2 decades, and of course also being deep in a huge lawsuit which could potentially last years. His newly founded company, Royal Circus Games, back in November, filed for a new trademark on the phrase or the name Time for a New World, which according to the description is going to be a video game title. Now unfortunately that's pretty much all this trademark tells us so far, but straight away it already tells us quite a lot. The phrase Time for a New World already suggests the game itself is going to be an open world, just like any Grand Theft Auto game. And of course with Leslie being the main guy behind the Grand Theft Auto series, we can only presume he is going to be making another Grand Theft Auto themed game under his new company. Now of course it is possible he may choose to completely move away from the Grand Theft Auto theme and go for something else which is open world, but to me it seems like the logical choice to make. First of all because the Grand Theft Auto series is what he knows. Second of all, the Grand Theft Auto series doesn't really have many competitors, and it's also a very popular game series which he himself was behind. So I think it's safe to say that it's more than likely that Leslie will in fact go down that route and try and include a few elements and features from the Grand Theft Auto series that he knows all too well. Of course, bearing in mind he has to be very careful what he does for trademark and copyright reasons. But it will definitely be very interesting to see what Leslie comes up with himself, whether it be a Grand Theft Auto themed game or not. And it's definitely one which I myself will be checking out whenever it comes out. Now bearing in mind, Leslie Benzies will most likely know a lot about what Rockstar have installed themselves with their next Grand Theft Auto game, GTA 6. Now I'd imagine that Leslie will try and make something to not only compete with that game, but be a lot better. And not only that, try and release something much sooner. As of right now, it could be a number of years yet before Rockstar Games release another Grand Theft Auto game, with the year 2020 being suggested and rumoured around. So with there being such a big gap between now and the release of the next GTA game, there is certainly potential for Leslie to release something which could become very popular very easily. especially with the name and the background that he's got. And also bearing in mind, he hasn't actually worked on any games officially since 2013. So potentially, he may have been working on something on the side since then and could be very, very close to potentially finishing something. So who knows, at some point in the very near future, over the next year or two, we may in fact see a new Grand Theft Auto game created by Leslie himself over at his new game studio, Royal Circus Games Limited. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Now, I want to get your thoughts and feelings on this. I want you guys to leave a comment and let me know what you guys think, first of all, about Leslie Benzies starting up his very own gaming developing company, and second of all, what do you guys think about Leslie possibly making his own Grand Theft Auto franchise? So go ahead and leave a comment on this video. It would also be greatly appreciated if you guys could also drop a like on the video as well, as it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd recommend that you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.